Good morning, YouTube creators. This is Francie with Created by Francie. And so I wanted to make a video to kind of show you things I've been making in the last few months, even with my move and the end of the school year and my arthritis. I don't create as fast as I would like to. And I'm learning to try to accept that versus giving up crocheting completely. So, those are my choices. One, I give up crocheting. So I don't have the pain in, especially this one finger is where it's really bad, really. It's not my whole hand, it's one finger. And, or two, I'm just patient with myself with what I get done. So, one thing, now there's my cat, yeah. So one thing that I'm working on is my sister asked me to do the dragons that look like Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. So I finished one. This is the white one. I figured the white one is easier because it's white. Black stitching is hard to see. So this thing is huge. And the pattern calls for you to put a knot in the tail, but I don't really know why. I guess I'd have to watch it again to see if there is a knot in the tail. There's the legs. So the body's not stuffed. And the wings, I can't get the wings to look exactly the same because you have to flip it so it turns right. But I saw one where both looked like the same side, but I can't figure out how to do that. And then I also noticed with the white one, she only has two, but I hadn't really looked at her before I made it to remind myself. So I had made the three, but it's pretty long, pretty cool. And I think my sister will like it. I have to make the black one though. And school is starting, so it's gonna be tough. But it's cute. So I still like the end result, no matter how long it takes me, I suppose. She may get tired with how long it takes me. Okay, so another thing that I made is another brown chicken. Brown is a hard color to find. There is some Bernat brown, but I couldn't find it at the stores. And when I tried to look on Amazon, it was going to take forever to get there. So it's just a hard color to find. So I was looking at, I think, Joann's, and Eddie Bauer had some brown. And with this one, the needle that it calls for is a 15 millimeter. It's a size 7 jumbo. So it's huge. So my chicken is huge. Look how big this is. I think this is bigger than the white chicken that I made that I thought was huge. It's huge. And the eyes were really hard because there's no way to get safety eyes in this. It's just way too thick. So I just used black thread, but I think she's gonna like it. I also made like a kind of a little baby one. And this is, it's actually coffee, and I did embroider the eyes. I didn't use safety eyes. This is Yarn Bee from Hobby Lobby, and it's coffee. I don't like this as much because it's hard to crochet with. It sticks a lot. This was hard to crochet with as well. So, excuse me. For me, it's this finger right here, the one that's all swollen. It's always swollen. That's the worst finger for me. And so, and you think, well, you don't use that finger that much to crochet, but obviously we do. So this is the finger that will flip the yarn over, and it's also the finger that's going to hold the yarn as I pull the stitch through. So I'm pinching with it all the time. And I didn't think that was a big deal, but man, this finger hurts. It's just constantly in pain. And then if I try to use it when I crochet, it's really bad. So I'm trying to teach myself to use my middle finger to do everything that this finger did, which means I'm just holding it up. So I do what I can. So anyway, we all have our burdens. I can't keep complaining about it because it's not going to change. I've had 2 shots in it and it didn't matter. So this, I believe the receiver is going to love it. It's huge, just huge. I mean, look at it compared to my head. I took a picture of it and sent it to my daughter, and she said, that's not any bigger than what you've made before. And I said, it is bigger. It's the biggest I've made. I actually used a 19 millimeter hook instead of the 15. I didn't realize I had bought the 15, but I did, but I used the 19, which it still worked. You can't see any holes. So that was the chicken. Then I finished up, I think in the video that I took where all my yarn was, I had unfinished chickens, so I finished those up. So this is the same pattern as that big one. And even this one, it's the same pattern, but what I find interesting is this one sits taller. And I don't know why, because I even counted the rows and it's the same amount. So something with the yarn, it made it. This one, I did follow the pattern, except I added 1 extra row. And that's all I did, because I knew it was going to be so big. I thought it would look better if it had an extra row. All right, so those are some things I made. And then I like to work with this yarn because it's soft and I use a bigger hook, and that's usually easier on my fingers. And so I had started an octopus with this, and I don't remember if I had showed you it originally, but I've showed you these octopus pies, pusses, whatever, before. So this is the pattern, and it's just really a head with a bunch of legs. So cute. I think it looks cute sitting on a shelf, and typically it takes 1 of these, but I used a bigger hook. I think I used a 9. Because I did that, I needed another one. So when I went back to get another one of these were on sale for $5. So I think I have 6 of these now. And I finished this up, and this is ready to, I don't know, be gifted or for sale. So I had a friend that wanted a dinosaur, and she liked this pattern. This is from Club Crochet. So I've made a lot of these, and I made it with this. So once I made this, I had leftover, right? So All From Jade came out with another octopus pattern. I love her patterns, and this one was a realistic octopus, so I did this one. I love this. I want to do it in some other colors, and I did buy some yarn at Joann's the other day to just specifically for this, but it's so realistic. If you've ever watched an octopus swim and everything, they have this thing, and it kind of like covers the area that they land on, and they'll change colors, and it's really cool. So in one skein of this yarn, I made this, and I had a little bit left over. I was afraid I wasn't gonna be able to finish this. I think if I go down a hook size, I think I use 9. So if I go to an 8, then I definitely would have enough. And I think that's what I'm going to do with the rest of these that I have. It's just, I need to get duplicates of things, and it's hard to duplicate things, especially sea turtles. I wish I had 20 sea turtles, but sea turtles take me a long time. Oh, I gotta show you this one sea turtle. Oh, I don't know where it is. I'll stop the camera and go find it. So that's another thing I got. This is probably gonna go in a store. And yeah, I guess that's it, except the sea turtle I was working on. So let me stop the camera and get that. Okay, so my sea turtle, here it is. It's kind of Christmas in July. And so there's the hat. Oh, there's the hat that's supposed to go on the head. And you can bend it over and sew it down so it's like that, which I'll probably do. So that, and then I need to put the belt here, so I'm not finished with it. I need to put the belt across, and I'm still deciding if I should do a trim of white around there, because I kind of forgot to change it to white. I could add it, or I could just keep it like that. I don't know. But isn't that cute? So, oh, my dog's sneezing. I will have one Santa sea turtle. So I have some items in a store on Anna Maria Island, and I'm not making a ton of money off of that. Sometimes I'd make like $30 for the month. This month, I have to pay a $15 fee, and then I doubt I make even $10 this month for July. So yeah, I don't know that it's really worth it. I have checked into a store where I've relocated. And this is a store where you go in and it has booths from all kinds of people. And so it's like $200 for a booth every month. And I thought there is no way, because I would never sell that much. So I asked, what's the smallest thing you can rent? And they do have these shelves. They're kind of enclosed cases. They're black shelves with glass doors. So you would put everything in it and close the door. And that's $50 a month. And I thought, well, I can try it. And so as I've been talking to people, there's a lady there that sells some stuff, and I was showing people what I make, and she says, I'd put your marine animals in my store. So I thought, but again, it's duplicating and getting a lot made. So I figured I could at least try that. I was hoping to be able to get that set up before I went back to work, but I go back to work tomorrow. So that's not going to happen. One last thing that I'm working on right now. So that's why, sidetrack, that's why I want to get several of these made. And if I use that yarn that I have, then I should be able to duplicate these. But again, it's time. Now that I'm going back to work, that's going to get harder. I'm also trying to finish up this. This is a cat, and I forgot who this is from. She's very popular in the crochet world. And so basically I need to close up the top and add the ears. So once you put the ears on, that's what makes it look like a cat. I had a hard time with the eyes. I didn't want just black eyes, because you can't see them. So I'll put the ears on, and then I don't know if I'm about the whiskers. I might add some white whiskers or a light gray, because definitely if I did it in black, you can't see it. And then I have to use a lint brush, because black catches everything, and it is very hard to find. This I use Parfait Basics, and I love it. It's soft and it's easy to pull through. It doesn't stick or anything like that. So I like that. All right, that's all I wanted to show you today. It's just things I've been working on the last 3 months, which I wish I could get a lot more made, but I have to learn to accept this or quit crocheting. And I'm not to the point where I want to give it all up, because I've looked at my yarn and I thought I could just get rid of it. I could just get rid of everything. There's other things I can do. I can sew, and that wouldn't be as painful, but I'm not there yet. I'm not ready to give it up. So, all right, you all have a great rest of the week and a great weekend, and hopefully I'll have a video for you sooner than later. Thanks for watching.